I wanted to make a little video for you so that you would not be totally left feeling confused or lost about the new lesson that we're starting in your IEW book. So if you've got your IEW book, I'm on page 39 and I'm looking at the new structure for the story sequence chart. So this week, instead of doing your normal text to KWO chart, you're going to be actually reading a story and you will be filling out the story sequence chart. So it's a little bit different, but we're not going to freak out. So basically, there's going to be 3 different paragraphs, always 3 paragraphs for this, and it will start out with the setting and characters, which would be the first paragraph, then the conflict or problem paragraph, and then finally, I'm turning the page to page 40, the climax or resolution. So in your classroom today, you will read more about that, but basically, paragraph 1, paragraph 2, paragraph 3. You're going to be responsible for paragraph 1 this week. So it's just a practice, and when I get back, we'll do a little bit more with it, okay? All right. Next, we're going to review alliteration. Alliteration, you will not be responsible for this week, but you will be the following weeks. So what you need to know about alliteration, though, is that it's a combination of the same letter and syllable sounds, well, letter and phonetic sounds that make up a phrase or a part of a sentence. So Dr. Seuss loves alliteration. He's like the king of alliteration. So you have the quick queen of Quincy. You see Q, Q, Q. The quick queen of Quincy is that same sort of sound, and it's very pleasing to our ears as humans. And so we'll be practicing adding that into some of our writing to make it unique and catching. It's something that you want to draw attention to in your story that gives a little bit more depth and emotion to it. Real quick, on page 48, you see a review of strong verbs and banned words, okay? Strong verbs are words that take just a boring verb and make it into something much more powerful. So you should have the example in your book that the cart went down the road and they've changed it to the cart zoomed down the road. So very different, a different picture, a little bit more detail. The same thing, he ate the cake. Okay, cool. That's anyone could eat cake, but he devoured the cake, okay? So you see that he was very passionate about eating his cake. So there's a difference there. And then under your banned words, you should already be getting familiar with these things like good, bad, go, went. Those are words that we are going to stay away from. And so if you see those in your paper, somebody who's proofreading it for you should circle it and mark it through with a line because it is banned. So you want to look for some of these other verbs, strong verbs, or other descriptive adjectives such as your 5 senses words, anything to make your writing much more interesting and have much more emotion and depth behind it. Okay, now I'm looking at page 50 where you're going to read this Croc and Croak story out loud as a class, and then you will begin your story sequence chart. So the first paragraph again will be about your characters and setting, and if you look off to the side, you should have a little box that gives you some clues as to what would go in this paragraph. So as you write your keyword outline, you actually get 4 words, and then of course symbols and numbers are free, but you get 4 words for this one, and you'll just go through and kind of answer these questions. When did the story happen? Who is in the story? What are they like? Where do they go, or where do they live? And those will be your keyword outline information as you put it in this scenario. It's called a story sequence chart. So you will only be responsible for the first paragraph, but your assignment sheet has all the specific details to it. So make sure that you look at that and you double check that. And I look forward to reading your stories next week. If you have any questions, always feel free to email me and I will get back with you as soon as possible. Have a good week, guys.